Dzień dobry, dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Witam Was w kolejnej części Black Mirror. W sensie część gry jest pierwsza, ale kolejny odcinek właśnie zaczynamy, ponieważ mamy tutaj jeszcze sporo rzeczy do roboty. Także nie myślcie, że ta gra już się kończy, bo wcale tak nie jest. Nadal jesteśmy daleko od odgadnięcia tak naprawdę, co się stało z Williamem. No bo tak jak pewnie Samuel, myślę, że nie wierzycie w to, że to był jakiś taki wypadek nieszczęśliwy, że on spadł z tej wieży. Raczej dziwna sprawa. Ok, czyli tak, jesteśmy przed tawerną. Tu już się na razie wszystkiego dowiedzieliśmy. Teraz powinniśmy iść dalej. I pamiętacie, ktoś nam coś mówił na temat lombardu, że tę część tego klejnotu zastawił. Ogrodnik konkretnie. Także spróbujemy, zobaczymy, czy jest otwarty.
The old fish market. I remember when old Mr. Fenton died. There was no one to take care of the fish market. I don't know what is there now, and I'm not interested.
Przepraszam. A cóż to jest?
Davison, William's friend and lawyer, lived here. He moved away a long time before Catherine died. He always said he wouldn't be able to do much around here as a lawyer. He decided to move to Berkeley with his family. I have not heard of him since.
Okej, lecimy dalej.
Private house. No one is answering.
Tak chodzi po domach, jak akwizytor. Okej, w porządku.
The door is locked.
Czyli lombard zamknięty, okej. Ale tu jest jakaś kartka.
There is a sign that reads, I'll be right back. Murray.
Aha, okej. Czyli poszedł gdzieś na chwilę.
As if it hasn't been hanging here for a week already.
No, prawda.
Various objects, porcelain statues, gold watches, breast pins,
Okej.
mostly trinkets.
Nie będziemy wychodzić z powrotem. Okej, a czy my możemy iść do kościoła? Czekajcie, a jakby tak wrócić do pubu i jeszcze zagarnąć tego chłopca jeszcze raz? Może nam coś powie? Hejka.
Vic, have you seen Murray today? His shop is closed.
Why should I care about his shop?
Why? Is there a problem?
Well, that old man doesn't like me hanging around that shop of his, or rather around those glass cases. I've got no idea what his problem is.
Ja chyba wiem, o co mu chodzi.
I may have one.
Oh, I do remember seeing him leave this morning.
Do you have an idea when he will be returning?
Judging by how he sharpened himself up, he must have gone into town. So he's probably not going to return before tomorrow.
No okej, dzięki.
Oops!
What was that?
No pięknie.
This here. A ball? Vic! I know it was you, and I know you can hear me. Just you wait till I catch you. I'll beat you within an inch of your life. Ah, damn. Now I'll have to clean up all this mess.
I suspect Vic is not going to show up for a while.
Tak mi się też wydaje, dokładnie.
The Black Bison, Harry's own production.
Dobra, wejdźmy jeszcze do pubu. Pogadajmy z barmanem.
What will it be, sir?
I'd like to ask about something.
Sure, go ahead.
I came upon a closed pawn shop. Is it ever open?
Sure. Old Murray would never close the shop without a reason. He probably had to leave. Some business of his own, no doubt.
You don't speak well of him.
Not many do. Everyone knows he's an old sly boots. The only thing he cares about is cheating people in that old junk shop. But what would you expect from an old cheapskate?
Nie ma najlepszego zdania o właścicielu lombardu. Nieźle. Dobra, spróbujmy pójść. Pamiętacie, że ktoś nam poradził, żebyśmy poszli zobaczyć w kościele. Ten gościu, co tam siedzi zresztą. Spróbujmy użyć mapy. Zaraz. Prawym. I spróbujmy iść do kościoła, jeżeli się da. Da się. No to jedziemy.
The Warm Hill Parish.
Warm Hill Parish, okej. Sprawdźmy główne wejście, ale zapewne nie będzie się dało, bo to zawsze tak jest. Wejść za pierwszym razem.
The main entrance is closed and only opens on Sundays. I've got to use the side entrance.
No, jeśli w ogóle jest otwarte, więc sprawdźmy. Wejść do kościoła. Do tyłu cmentarza. No dobra, jak wyjdę do kościoła, to co?
The church is locked.
A, widzisz, stary, czyli nie wejdziesz do kościoła, sorry. I mamy tutaj pana grabarza.
Good afternoon. Have you time for a little talk?
Tak nie wygląda, jakby miał dużo czasu, ale może.
I never hurry anywhere, unlike everyone else around here.
I'm interested in learning about the parish and this cemetery. I think you're the right man to ask.
Maybe. I've been helping Father Frederick for many years now. I know the names on all the graves. What do you want to know?
Tell me,
Najpierw o kościół
how old is
zapytamy.
this parish?
No one knows how old exactly, but this cemetery and church are much older than anything in the neighborhood. A long time ago, they used to bury heretics here. They say there's a system of corridors under the cemetery where the souls of the innocent wander looking for a way out. You know, I've seen quite a lot all these years here, but,
For instance?
well, it was a long time ago. But some years back I heard something like the voice of a child in the distance. It was moaning and singing verses. At first I thought it was just an illusion, but then I could no longer contain my curiosity and went outside to have a look. I followed the sound of the voice, but the closer I got, the less audible the voice became.
Maybe it was just a child playing nearby.
2 hours after midnight? I don't think so. Plus, look around. There are graves far and wide. But that's past now. I have no idea what it was, and I do not want to know. I don't even know why I'm telling you this.
Have you heard the voice again or anything similar?
I've already told you enough. Don't tell anyone about this. I don't want to look like an old fool.
Okej.
Tell me, what is your name actually?
Mine? No one calls me anything other than Gravedigger. Father Frederick's Gravedigger. And I don't mind if you have questions about it. It's true anyway. And you are a Gordon, right?
Yes, Samuel Gordon.
So you're the grandson of old Mr. William?
Yes,
I saw you at the funeral.
Wnuk.
of course. Did you know
Czyli to
William?
nie jest
No, not personally.
wuj. To nie był wuj,
I would
tylko
see him from time to
dziadek
time,
jego.
though. He
Okej.
used to go inside the church.
How often?
Not that often, but when he did show up, he was always in a hurry. as if he knew he didn't have much time left.
Did he ever speak with you?
No, I told you I did not know him well.
But he would speak with Father Frederick, wouldn't he?
You will have to ask Father that yourself.
I will. Thanks. You said you have known Father Frederick for many years. What can you tell me about him?
Father Frederick is the best man I know. He took me in when I was orphaned and raised me as his son. For that I will be grateful to him for the rest of my life. And I will be around to help him as long as I am able to. But if you want to talk to him, you will have to wait until he returns from the neighboring manor.
I see. Thanks. I've heard that you sometimes saw William come to the vicarage late at night. Is that true?
Who told you that?
That's not important. So is it true?
I don't care to talk about it. I don't want to look for problems.
Whatever you tell me will stay just between us.
It's not like I think I can trust you, but since you're a Gordon, I'll tell you what I've seen. Everyone who knew old Sir William thought he was a bit of a madman. Please don't get offended. And later, when he refused to see anyone, the gossip began floating about. I'm telling you this so that you know I'm not making up what I'm going to tell you next.
Go on.
I first saw him here some 6 months ago. I was sitting in my cabin, about to go to bed. I saw a light. It was someone approaching the church. In the 20 years that I've been working here, no one has ever come here this late. So I went outside to check out what was going on. I saw a figure concealed in a dark coat walking among the graves. He was looking for something, his head down to the ground.
Was it William?
At that moment I had no idea who it was. I couldn't see his face in the darkness. He spent some 20 minutes there, going round, mumbling something.
What was he saying?
Well, I observed him from a distance. It wasn't audible.
So what happened next?
The church door opened, and Hugh made for it right away. I cautiously followed him. Father Frederick was standing in the doorway. It seemed as if he was expecting that person. It was only then I realized it was Sir William, because I was close enough to recognize his voice. He and the father had a long conversation then, and Sir William was waving his hands vigorously about during most of it. They finally went inside, and that is all I saw.
Do you know anything more?
I never stick my nose in other people's business.
Thanks for telling me this.
I only told you because you're Sir William's grandson. Now leave me alone. I have to finish my work here.
I was William meeting with Father Frederick in the middle of the night.
Musiało być ważne, prawda?
May I have a look inside the church?
You have to wait for Father Frederick to return. The church is going to stay locked until then.
But you can open it, can't you?
It doesn't matter. It's going to stay locked, as Father Frederick ordered.
No okej. Dobra, zobaczmy, czy da się tutaj cokolwiek kliknąć, wcisnąć, nie wiem, gdzieś cokolwiek interaktywnego znaleźć, a jak nie, to pójdziemy tam na tyły kościoła, zobaczymy, co tam da się zrobić, czy cokolwiek. Aha.
The names carved in stone are no longer legible. Its branches are stretching over the graves.
Okej, chodźmy do grobu Williama.
One of the crypts of our family. I don't even know who's buried in it. The tomb of Jeremy Gordon.
Czyli w latach 80. się to dzieje, cała ta sprawa.
William will rest in this cold grave forever. I'll find out the whole truth, even if I go through hell for it.
Nie życzyłabym sobie takich aż przygód, jakbym była Samuelem, bo z tą rodziną to nic nie wiadomo, zresztą zobaczycie sami. Ale no cóż, rozumiem. Chcę udowodnić, że coś tu jest nie tak. Samuel i nic z tym złego, prawda? Tak, przynajmniej ja uważam, że nic w tym złego nie ma. Okej. Cofnijmy się może. Jak tu się cofnąć? Tak o. Czy ja powinnam jeszcze raz porozmawiać z tym gościem, czy nie? Chyba nie. Chyba nie. Dobra. Weźmy mapę.
I can't leave now.
O! Ale jak to? Zaraz. Czy ja powinnam tu jeszcze coś zrobić? No to wygląda.
The church is locked. May I disturb you?
Not for long, I've got a lot of work to do.
Okej.
Has Father Frederick returned yet?
No, he hasn't. It's a long journey from Winshire. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'd like.
You'd like to go inside the church, but I already told you about that. Now go. I have to finish this before dusk.
7.
It's 7 o'clock. I should return to the main gate. If Herman is true to
Owszem.
his word, his man will be waiting there for me.
No i jest facet.
You must be Dr. Herman's man, is that right?
I'm not Herman's man. I just work for him from time to time. You're Samuel Gordon, aren't you? I've got something to deliver.
Yes. Please give it to me.
Yeah, why not? I don't care who you are anyway. I was supposed to give this package to whoever came to this gate at 7. That's when my job is over. Take it so I can go.
Hold on a minute. Are you Mark?
Yeah, that's me. Why?
Harry said you had worked in our garden.
A couple of times. So what?
I'd like to ask you about William Gordon. What can you tell me about him?
Nothing. I barely knew him. I just worked in the garden. I'm in a hurry. Do you want anything else?
No thanks.
Good. See you around.
Bye. I hope I'll find
Jakiś dziwny
what I'm
gościu.
looking for.
No, ale mamy przynajmniej rzeczy Williama w tym pudełku. Więc za chwilę się dowiemy. Cóż to takiego w środku jest? Okej. A jakieś listy? Tak przy okazji?
No letter.
Dobra. Otwórzmy to pudełko. Gdzie to pudełko jest? Tu.
There's only a watch and a few trinkets in it. I'll open it. William made a remark of some kind here.
Okej.
To my forgetful head, the path to the key begins in the library, on my work table, hidden away under the blue curtain of unwritten words.
Za niebieską kartką. Okej.
A gold pocket watch. Beautiful handiwork.
Czy coś jeszcze? Nie, tu nic więcej nie ma. Dobra. Wejdźmy do środka. I pójdźmy do biblioteki. Co wy na to? Dalej. Gdzie był ten... Aha, ten globus, to wszystko. Dobra, to chyba tu, nie? I teraz tak. Kronika parafii. A ta niebieska kartka, to gdzie by to miało być? Tu, czy nie tu? Klucz. Nie, to nie jest ten klucz. Dobra. Jeszcze raz to zobaczmy. The path to the key begins in the library. On my work table, hidden away under the blue curtain of unwritten words. Okay. Czyli coś tu, żeby niebieskiego niby było, ale ja nie wiem, czy tutaj mamy cokolwiek niebieskiego. Chyba że mówimy tu gdzieś przy globusie. Nie wiem, zobaczmy. No dobra, tutaj to wiadomo, że nie ma
It seems like something's missing here.
planet. Rzecz jasna. Do tyłu. A może przy globusie da się coś kliknąć albo wcisnąć? Jak myślicie? Gdzieś tutaj coś na pewno jest, bo inaczej byśmy nie wiedzieli w ogóle, co robić i gdzie iść. Także szukajmy. Spróbujmy jeszcze raz na biurku. Powinien być taki kałamarz. No właśnie, ten kałamarz.
There's a button under the inkwell.
O proszę.
I'll try to press it.
No dawaj. Ha! Bingo! Trochę alkoholu i pudełko. Dobra, zobaczmy. Co w skrytce.
There's a box of some sort. I'll take it.
Samuel kradnie wszystko, a co? Zobaczmy, co w tym pudełku jest.
Miniatures of the planets of the solar system, carved from hardwood.
No, to nam się akurat bardzo przyda, tak powiem szczerze. Czy coś tam jeszcze jest?
There is nothing of interest there anymore.
No, coś jest, ale jego to nie bardzo obchodzi. Okej. Pójdźmy sobie do tego globusu. No i spróbujmy to poukładać, co? Jak myślicie?
It seems like something's missing here.
Zgadza się. Okej. No i teraz tak, to jest Słońce, prawda? Trzecia będzie Ziemia. Raz, dwa, trzy. Potem będzie Mars. Tu. Wenus to jest chyba ta planeta, czy nie? Nie jestem pewna. Może to jest Wenus. To będzie Merkury czy Pluton? Dobra, zróbmy, żeby było w ten sposób. Potem Saturn w kolejności. Jupiter. Albo odwrotnie. Pluton ostatni. Okej, źle jest. Zamieńmy miejscami. Czy Wenus ma jakiś inny kolor? Nie wiem, zielony może? Nie pamiętacie pewnie. Ale jajca. Okej, jeżeli chodzi o porządek, to myślę, że wiem. To będzie Merkury, Wenus, Ziemia, Mars, Saturn, Merkury, Wenus, Ziemia, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uran, Neptun, Pluton? Chyba tak. Tylko teraz, które jest które? To jest bardzo dobre pytanie. Bo mianowicie nie jestem pewna, czy pamiętam, ale spróbuję jeszcze raz. Być może to będzie Neptun, Pluton, Uran, Neptun, Pluton. Tak. No i patrzcie, ale radość.
That's it.
Jest klucz.
That must be William's key.
No to wychodzi. Okej, superowsko. Teraz tak. Tu jakiś klucz potrzeba, ale...
Key to William's study in the old tower.
No właśnie, to nie tu. Tutaj raczej nie ma nic do otworzenia, przynajmniej w tej części. Okej, chodźmy w takim razie do tej starej wieży i spróbujmy użyć ten klucz. Bo to chyba nas interesuje najbardziej, co? Idź do góry. Jeżeli uda nam się tam wejść, to pewnie, żeby nie zapeszać, skończymy już ten odcinek na dzisiaj, chociaż no może nie, zaraz zobaczymy, jak to będzie. Okej. Na poddasze. Idziemy dalej do tej zabitej dechami, do tych zabitych dechami drzwi, do których już chyba się ze 3 razy ucieszyłam, że możemy wejść, a tu nic z tego. Do wieży. To będzie ten
I
klucz.
should unlock it.
Tak, masz rację. Zamek ten... A, nie, to nie jest do wieży. I klucz Williama. Klucz na strych. Nie, to nie ten? Mam jeszcze jakiś trzeci klucz?
I should unlock it.
Nie, no przecież to będzie Williama. Klucz. No pewnie. No i dobra, wchodzimy. No i jest pracownia. O, zamknęły się drzwi.
Can't be opened. I left William's key on the other side of the door. The lock must have gotten stuck.
Super. Od razu zaczęło się świetnie. Bardzo przyjemnie, muszę powiedzieć.
Black rook is missing.
Spostrzegawczy.
The lid is locked.
Mhm.
The lid is locked.
Mapy.
Astrological maps. William admired the stars and space. I don't think these can help me though. The lid won't move.
Wszystko zamknięte. A czaszka? Nie da się ruszyć. Okienko, tu jakieś inne pierdoły na biurku. Szuflada. No okej, no i co tam jest ciekawego?
This title makes no sense. I'll have a closer look.
Okej. Zaraz spojrzymy, co to za książka. Tu już chyba nic więcej. Dobra, więc zobaczmy, co to za książka jest.
There's a small key inside the book. The pages have been cropped so as to hide it. I'll take it.
No, weź. Ciekawe, do czego ten klucz, co? Okej, na razie to za bardzo nie mamy się z czego cieszyć, bo jesteśmy zamknięci wewnątrz starej wieży.
Several scrolls scribbled over with notes. There isn't
Sami?
anything useful on them.
A klucz jest z drugiej strony, więc nie wiem, trzeba byłoby się chyba pruć po prostu, żeby ktoś pomógł. No ale, kto wie? Może Samuel coś wymyśli.
The lock is stuck.
To było do przewidzenia, stary. Okej, sprawdźmy to.
Lots of scrolls and papers, but none with William's writing. He must have been recording the important notes somewhere.
Pewnie tak. Aha, wieża. Pozytywka.
As though I've heard that melody somewhere before.
Okej, tu już jest okej. Teraz tak. Sprawdźmy. A da się to? Nie da się tu tego postawić. Ach, to jest nożyk. Okej.
A little key. It was hidden between the clipped pages of Robert's book. As though I've heard that melody somewhere before.
Dobrze. Możemy otworzyć tą skrzynię? Sprawdźmy. Aha, nie możemy. Szuflada jest chyba otwarta, a tą skrzynię? Też nie? O, tak, okej. Dobra, jedziemy. Co my tu mamy?
Old maps, a globe, and a sextant. What did William need all this for?
No, coś badał, jak widzisz, stary. Kulka.
It's cold to the touch.
Zimna kulka.
It's strange to the touch. The lid won't move.
Ciężkie. A czy możemy sobie tym nożykiem pomóc otworzyć drzwi?
I'll try to push the latch open.
Możemy.
Success.
Super. Czyli już nie jesteśmy uwięzieni w wieży Williama. Okej. Mamy pozytywkę, mamy mały nóż i mamy dziwną kulkę. To się nie chce otworzyć. Klucz też nie pasuje.
I need
Okay.
to explore William's study thoroughly.
A, nie chcesz opuścić. Tutaj. No, w sumie to się nie dziwię, nie? A możemy tak podważyć tym nożykiem, jak myślicie, tą skrzynię? Może by też się udało. Nie? Chyba nie.
The lid won't move. Oh, maps. I'm not interested in them at the moment.
Okej. To już chyba wszystko przeszukaliśmy, jak myślicie? Tak przynajmniej mi się wydaje. Może... Tak... Kurczę, nie wiem, może gdzieś tu coś jeszcze jest. A da się to, nie wiem, zamknąć albo... Albo coś tu jeszcze poszukać, nie wiem, znaleźć. Albo tak, o.
A book has been put to the bottom side of the drawer.
Coś jest.
Diary of William Gordon. William's diary. Excellent.
Będziesz miał co czytać teraz, stary. Zdecydowanie.
Hopefully I'll finally learn what happened that night. March 21st.
Okej, słuchamy.
I'm always older. I know my time is drawing in, and that is why I want to put some sense into my life before I leave this world. I have contributed my last years to looking for the truth about my family and the blood that runs in my veins. Maybe it is also because of the guilt that I bear in my heart for the fate of my dear James. The fate that I didn't have the courage to change. After all the years spent with the old journals, I know at last what the goal of my search is. I must not lose time. March 23rd.
Okej.
In the chronicle of the manor and the old records in the library, I have learned things that were forgotten and much that is new. I learned that James is not the only one to have lost full control of his mind. Throughout the centuries, several of my blood ancestors have suffered from the same affliction that now curses
Wariaty.
James.
Rodzina
It
wariatów.
seems as though it is all somehow correlated, has a perverse purpose of some kind.
Okej.
I traced the family line and learned that every one of those poor souls have been born in the same week, repeating with a period of 2 centuries. Is the madness supposed to be punishment of some sort? A punishment for deeds so horrible that we have not been pardoned, even after 700 years? I am terrified by this idea. It follows me now, day and night. April 5th. I feel something is not right with me. I am weaker from day to day. My age has caught up with me at last. As the chronicle foretells, the way to revealing the truth is through 5 symbolic keys. I don't exactly know what their purpose is, but if they can lead me to the truth, I must obtain them. I have decided to pursue first the ones that have been carried over time far from my manor. Centuries ago, the keys were given to different men of our family for safekeeping, so that they couldn't be used together. Luckily, I still have my own with me, and obtaining James's keys should not be difficult. If only I had known before what I know today, I would not have given it to him. The next one must be in the hands of Marcus himself, according to the records. The 4th one was given to Durgan Gordon, the original owner of the remote manor in Wales. I must set off for Wales soon. That is certain. I still do not know where the fifth key is. Its origin eludes me in the many years of the past. When I obtain the other ones, I must find this last one too. April 15th. I have returned from Wales. My searching was futile.
Czyli był
It
w
was
Walii.
not easy to get
Okay.
into the family tomb. Unfortunately, I failed to reveal the next fragment of truth, and returned home empty-handed. Not all hope is lost, however. I will focus on the keys that James and Marcus possess. It should not be hard to obtain them. April 21st. I cannot change what has happened in the past of my ancestors, but I hope I can influence the events of the future. The curse that has plagued our family must be of dateless origin. It must stretch into times as distant as those of Marcus and Mordred, the first Gordons. I have decided to start looking for answers at the place where the body of Marcus rests. I know that the tomb is concealed in the dark underground of the parish. Its entrance has long been lost in forgetfulness. No one knows where to begin to look for it. I will set off for the vicarage tonight, April 26th. Whatever it is that is buried underneath Warm Hill, it is not easily within reach. It took me several days before I discovered an extraordinary pedestal with numerous tiny and meticulously shaped stones in the belfry. The whole pedestal is a complex mechanical lock. Surely it will open the way to the church's underground for me. I tried to change the positions of the opposite stones, but it was beyond my will to fully concentrate. I was too tired to attempt to set up the mechanism properly. Before I left for home, I made a drawing of the whole mechanism and returned the stones to their original configuration. Tomorrow I will go to Warm Hill as early as possible. April 27th. Luck was on my side today. I opened the way leading to the tomb of Marcus. Surely, I'm the first one in centuries to have succeeded in doing so. How great was my surprise when I descended into the tomb. There was not a trace of Marcus's grave. Nothing. His body must be hidden somewhere. I hope that the answer lies in the 4 books surrounding the center of the tomb. Shall wisdom be your way? Writes an old text carved in stone. Even after his death, wisdom protects Marcus as it has in his life. I am almost positive that the first answer is map. Despite the darkness, I tried to write down the text from the books, but it was easier to memorize it. I also found it extraordinary, in all probability, a ceremonial object in the shape of a perfect sphere. When I touched it, it was as though whole long centuries breathed on me. An odd feeling. May 7th. I am afraid of this night. I have not slept for 2 days now, and I hear voices. Yes, human voices. There are dozens of them. Their whispering is melting my ears into a sea of horrifying noise. What's happening with me? Am I mad too? No, I repudiate that, now that I am so close to the truth.
I tyle. I tyle. No to chyba wiemy już całkiem sporo, co? Wydaje mi się, że możemy wyjść. Tak? Czy nie?
I'm feeling so strange.
Okej.
My head.
Samuel skisnął po prostu, padł ofiarą swojego nieżyjącego dziadka.
Sir, you're awake at last. We were starting to worry that something might have happened to you.
Nie, spoko, light.
Happened to you, Sammy?
Jest git. Dzięki.
I don't know. All of a sudden, my head started to ache vigorously. I cannot remember anything after that. How did I make it to my room?
Bates found you lying unconscious in the attic.
Yes,
I was going to tidy up there when I saw you lying on the floor. I hurried to get Sir Robert, and then we carried you to your bed so that you could have a rest.
I told you, Samuel, that you should take a rest after such a long journey.
Perhaps you are right. I have no idea what happened. I vaguely remember having a strange dream, and I cannot figure out what it means.
Important thing is that you're all right.
Yes, that's true.
It would be best for you to sleep for a while.
This time, I will follow your advice, Robert.
Good.
Ale tylko
We
tym
shall
razem.
leave you alone then. If it gets worse, come see me.
Thank you. Hopefully I will be all right now.
Come, Bates. We shall leave Samuel to his rest.
Yes, sir.
Robert is right. I should take a rest. Tomorrow, I'll find out more than today.
Myślę, że to jest idealny, dokładnie, patrzcie, mamy drugi rozdział, więc będzie to idealny moment, żeby zakończyć ten odcinek, czyli koniec pierwszego rozdziału w tym momencie. Nie pamiętam już, ile jest rozdziałów w tej części Black Mirror. Wydaje mi się, że niezbyt wiele, bo one są dosyć długie. W każdym razie dziękuję Wam za to, że tutaj ze mną jesteście i śledzicie. To są pewnie urywki tego dziwnego snu. Klucz. Jakieś zwłoki. No, Samuel trochę ma kiepsko śpi, o, tak powiem, w tym domu.
I had a terrible dream. In the morning, my thoughts were interrupted by a knock at the door.
Sir! Sir! Open up!
What's going on, Bates?
Open up, sir! I have to tell you something.
Dawaj.
Hold on, Bates. I'm there in a moment. What's the matter then?
It's horrible, sir. Henry, our gardener. They found him in the garden pond.
Calm down, Bates.
To był
What are
Henry.
you talking about?
They found him dead this morning in the pond. I know what I am saying. I saw his body being dragged out.
How did it happen?
I have no idea. Detective Collier will tell you that. He has been questioning everyone for quite some time now, and he wants to speak to you too. He did not give any of us a chance to recover from the shock, not even Madam.
Where will I find him?
He's waiting for you in the common room. We had better go there right away, sir.
All right, let's go. Detective Collier.
Yes. Samuel Gordon, I presume. I need to speak with you. Mr. Gordon, do you know what happened?
Yes, Bates told me everything.
Good. I need to ask you a couple of questions. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Did you speak with Henry Stanton yesterday?
Yes, I only arrived yesterday, but I spoke with him during the day.
Oh, you arrived yesterday.
Yes, to attend William's funeral.
I understand. What did you speak with Stanton about?
I don't know exactly. It was a very trivial conversation.
Had you known him from before?
No, I only knew Mr. Dickens, who was Henry's predecessor.
That was before you left the manor.
Yes, about 12 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, let's return to your conversation with Stanton yesterday. Did he seem strange to you? Nervous or disturbed?
No, nothing like that. He behaved normally.
So, you are saying that he seemed normal?
Right.
I spoke to Morris, your groom, before this interview. He told me that Stanton would often have a bit too much to drink.
Yes, I have heard the same.
Madame Victoria has also confirmed it.
What do you make of it?
Well, they found him in the garden pond, tangled up in algae. I don't know yet how he ended up in there, but the most likely explanation is that it was on account of his drunken state. He might have bumped into something,
Nie sądzę,
lost his
ale...
balance, and fallen into the water.
Maybe.
but don't you think the water would have awakened him?
No, exactly the opposite. It was water that caused his death. He fainted,
Czemu?
fell into the pond, and the cold water did its thing.
Stopped his heart?
He wouldn't be the first drunkard to have drowned like this. What's ironic, however, is that it didn't happen in a lake or a river, but in a little
No
bit of
właśnie.
water in the back garden. Oh well, no man can choose his death. If there is nothing you need to ask, I won't be keeping you any longer.
Thank you.
I have all I need for now. Would you please see me out?
To ci detektyw.
Certainly. Follow me, detective.
I will now wait for Dr. Hillman's report to approve this case. Thanks for your time, Gordon.
You're welcome, detective.
Goodbye.
Olya wants to close the case.
No, trochę szybko, co?
Now that Henry is dead, I've got to find a way to obtain the second part of that strange object.
Okej, i tym akcentem zakończymy ten odcinek już teraz na pewno, bo i tak wyszedł dłuższy niż zwykle. No ale jak widzicie, dużo ciekawego się dowiedzieliśmy w tym odcinku. No i co, zobaczymy w kolejnym. Być może uda nam się porozmawiać z ojcem Fryderykiem, tym tam gościem od parafii, księdzem. Cóż jeszcze? Być może uda nam się porozmawiać z Hermanem, czyli tym dziwnym, podejrzanym typkiem doktorem, który ma jakieś ciemne układy z Robertem. Więc zobaczymy, jak to tutaj nam się potoczy i być może lombard będzie w końcu otwarty. Więc mamy co robić w kolejnym odcinku, a tymczasem trzymajcie się cieplutko i do zobaczenia.